Hello. Welcome to Nona's Mouse House. I am so glad to see you. It's so much fun. You know what's exciting? We have more stories to tell than we could possibly fit in. So we just have to keep going and talk a lot about so many wonderful, exciting adventures. So as you can see, the Mouse House looks a little different today. We've got the ladies at the table. Hello, Edie. Hello, Kenzie. Looks like you're about to have a lovely tea party. And then we have Nona. She's got Samuel in her lap, and it looks like she's got a story she would like to tell. We have to say hi to our sleepy robot friend up at the top. Hello, sleepy robot. Thanks for showing us your love. And in the corner, we've got Rain. He's snuggling in with Ashla. He loves the dogs. Samuel and Soren and Avery, they're hanging out with their blankies. They just enjoyed a milk cup. And we've got Pops and Beckett playing some songs. Everybody's chilling out. We're having a good time. We've got things to talk about with all of these things that are going on. It's just so very exciting. But the first thing we need to do, we need to take Samuel's little box and open it up. And then we need to take Samuel. Hi, Samuel. Samuel is getting in his teeth. When babies are born, they don't have any teeth. And then all of a sudden their teeth start to come through. Oh, and it makes their mouth so sore, but they don't understand what's happening. Lots of times they don't sleep very well at night, and Samuel did not sleep well last night. So it's time for him to go for a good morning nap. You snuggle in there, Samuel. There we go. Bye, oh baby. Bye, oh bye. There you go. We'll just set him right over here. Okay. Wonderful. Now, you guys have probably noticed since it's springtime that there are so many birds that are out singing their springtime song. And some of them are early morning birds, and some of them are night birds. Pops likes to go on night bird adventures. But there is a very silly song that Nona likes to sing about birds. So we're going to sing that now. But since Samuel's sleeping, we're going to sing it a little softer than we normally would. Okay, here we go. Way up in the sky, the big birds they fly, while down in their nests, the little birds rest. With a wing on the left and a wing on the right, the little birds sleep all through the night. Shh, they're sleeping. The bright sun comes up, the dew falls about. Good morning, the little birds shout. Isn't that a silly song? It's a silly song. I want to tell you about an animal that comes out in the springtime that does not sleep at night. And that animal is a bear. Believe it or not, up where Nona and Pops live, we have bears. We don't have to be afraid of them. They usually sleep in their caves, and they do something very special called hibernating. So from November to April, they sleep and they don't wake up. What? That's crazy. They eat so much food that they can end up sleeping for a very long time, sometimes as long as 6 months or more. Where Jackson lives, sometimes it's longer. They mostly eat seeds and berries, They like to eat fish sometimes and some other things, but because they eat seeds and berries, and those aren't very big, they wouldn't be able to have enough calories to survive during the winter. So God made it so that they just take a really long night. So here it is, April, where Nona and Pops live, almost May, and the bears have come out. People have seen them around. Sometimes they come out during the day, but most of the time, like I said, they sleep during the day and they come out at night. Now, Nona wants to tell you a true story about something that happened at Pops and Nona's house. One night, in the middle of the night, Pops came and woke up Nona. He said, "Nona, there's something very amazing happening. Come and see." So I jumped out of bed and we went and we woke up Uncle Levi and Uncle Cody and Uncle Joa, and we all went down to the room that is off of the back deck. And we watched with big eyes as a mama bear, who is much bigger than this bear, much, much, much bigger, and her 3 baby cubs. She had had triplets. These were black bears, not brown bears like this one. And like I said, the mama bear was much bigger, and the baby cubs were smaller like this. But she had 3 very special baby cubs, and they were looking for food. She needed to feed her family. Well, Pops used to keep a trash can, little smaller than a garbage can, full of birdseed on our back deck. And the only thing I could find that was kind of like it was this glass jar. So imagine that this is metal and it has a metal lid on top of it, and it's filled all the way up with birdseed. Do you want to know what one of those little tiny cubs did? Who can help me? Oh, Jackson, thank you. They went over one little cub, and bears are very strong, very strong. He took off the lid with his paws and his nose and his teeth, and he climbed in to the birdseed and started eating, and his paws were sticking up at the top and wiggling because he was having such a good time eating all of the birdseed. He was eating as much as he could possibly eat, and it made all of us giggle. Well, Mama Bear, she heard a sound, even though we were trying to be very, very quiet. She heard a sound and she thought it might be danger for her babies. So she made a clicking sound with her mouth. I've never heard it before. And those babies, they went so fast. The one in the birdseed trash can popped up, and they all ran over to a big tree that was in the corner. Thank you, Jackson. And they climbed up that big tree so much faster than you could ever imagine. We still have marks on the tree from where their big sharp claws sunk into the bark. And the mama bear turned around where she could watch things that were going on. And the 3 little bears climbed up in the tree and waited. And you know what they waited for? They waited for Mama Bear to make a sound. It was another sound to tell them it was safe and that they could come out from the tree. And they ran down as fast as she told them, and the four of them went off into the woods. And that is a true story about something that happened with the bear at Pop's and Nona's house. Bears are very fast and they are very strong, but they are also lazy. So if you make something hard enough, they're not really interested in causing problems. So one day, this is another bear story that really happened at our house. Nona and Pops went on a date, and Uncle Levi, Uncle Cody, and Uncle Joa were at home. We had a big freezer full of all kinds of food, mostly coffee and shrimp and steaks and pizza. One of the boys left the garage door open. Oh, that made it easy for the bear. So the bear came into the garage and went over to the giant freezer. It was about as big as this cupboard in the side room, and took the big freezer and tipped it over onto the top of a car that was in the garage, and through the crack between the door and the back of the freezer, they were able to get all of the food out and eat every morsel. There was none of it left when we came back. And we made sure after that that we closed the garage so we could make it a little harder for the bears to get what they wanted. Now, those are some very fun stories, and they are true stories. But in a moment, we're going to come back, and we've got some stories we would like to read about other bears. So don't forget to join us. We love you. Bye-bye.